26th of May, Rabbi Furst, Chavos Halavavos, Cheshbon Nefesh.
Okay, very good. Okay. 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 Um, let's see. Okay, we are now in the eighth, the ninth cheshbon. Um,
Tish'i,
yes, that's right.
the ninth. Cheshbon Ha'adam im Nafsho, Bi Bimini, Maaseh Ha'avodah, V'hish Tadalus, V'hish Tadluso, Bahem, Limechalekotihem. So the ninth Heshbon Hanefesh. What is Bimini?
In the types of Maisa Avoda, the different types of actions he does in his Avoda,
And his human efforts in them. And what is this word? Hamechalikotihem?
like from Chalukim, and they're like components or in their details.
Details. Yehishtadeluso b'maaseh malacho, and in his human efforts in the deeds of his work.
Of his work. That so a person has to take a spiritual account for himself in the types of various activities he does in in serving um, his the work that he does and the efforts he puts forth in all their details in the way he's this could be, we'll see from the continuation, if this is referring to his good morning, Elazar Tzvi. Is this going to referring to the
Boker Tov.
efforts, or this is his efforts putting forth towards the Kadosh Baruch Hu, or the efforts that he puts forth for himself?
But doesn't the word hishtadlus imply it's for Hashem, that it's his efforts to work with Hashem?
The word Yistadus is really can be applied to anything that you're putting forth efforts to achieve.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So maybe
Kishahu matil alav maaseh min ha me asim shehiyu bitenu os gufo, that when what's this matil?
when something's placed upon him, matil kishum matil Allah, when something's placed upon him,
For him to do an action from his actions, that it should be, what is this word, bit no os?
That's in Betuno's Gufo. In the literally it means the movements of his body, is his behavior, physical behavior.
Okay, so when something is placed upon him, then he needs to figure out what to do about it. Below Yaniach mehishtadluso v'yocheloso me'uma shalo yish yish'i mehu vo. And what is Yaniach? To rest?
Right. He won't, in this case, lo yaniach min luso, v'yicholto, mu'uma, that he will not cease, in this case means cease, he will not cease from his putting forth efforts and his abilities.
And what is this word mu'uma?
Anything. He's not going to he's not going to forgo and cease to do anything. That's when it's within his ability. I mean, I tell basically what he's saying. Well, the general idea, we'll go back and see it a little bit clearer. Basic idea is saying a person should take stock with himself and realize, honestly speaking, that when he has a job to do, when he has a physical job to do, relevant to his physical needs, he's not, unless the person is lazy, in general, a person's not going to refrain or do anything less than necessary to fulfill what needs to accomplish the job. He's going to put forth all his stylist put forth all his efforts. He's not going to cease to put forth his efforts until the job's accomplished. And he has to make a comparison. Well, this is the way he acts when it comes to fulfilling a mitzvah.
Uh, Im yiyu mi maaseh ha'iyun v'ha'machsheva v'ha'etza. And if it is from his action, what's ha'iyun?
That that's like in Ima hayu mamai say ha'iyun umakshava if it's going to be um, from something which requires um, a, a, a mental activity and thought and counsel.
Yizamin kol libo uvina su v'shachlu v'hakirasu v'hishtadel bo ulahargish elav. What is Yizamin?
He's going to he's going to prepare his whole heart. Yizamin is to prepare, to ready.
He has to prepare his
Right,
whole heart,
when he benched, there's a mezuman, right? The mezuman you're prepared to bench.
right? Oh, Mizumin, Nizamin, I see. He has to prepare his whole heart. What is Vinasu?
Bina, so his that his bina, his his understanding, his perceptions.
Uh, his understanding and his intellect and his wisdom uh, to do his efforts in it. Uh, Hargish is to feel,
Well, right, to make himself sensitive to it.
sensitive, to be sensitive to it.
And he's going to apply himself in all ways possible.
Im ba lishavchu lishavchu ule hodos lo al tov shegam lu o chesed she'aseh imo bacharuz o bim por aid o bichtav o baal peh. And if with this the shivchu, I don't know.
Meaning, meaning, im bala shavcho doslo al tov shigamoloi. Meaning, if a person's going to be required to thank somebody, let's say they ask a person to be a speaker at at an event and to thank the president, to thank somebody for something, right? In Baal if he's going to come to need to praise Laudosu, to give thanks to somebody, Al Tov Shigamalo, on some benefit that was bestowed upon him.
Or a chesed that was done with him uh, with alacrity.
He's going to do it with 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 horrors, with alacrity, with enthusiasm.
Or uh,
No,
bimaforid. I don't know bimaforid.
yeah, let me look that up. One minute, forehead, 1 minute. Whether it's going to be, okay, I understand. It's if he's going to have to, if he's going to have to, for example, um, give, if he's called upon to praise or give thanks to somebody on benefits that were bestowed upon him, or some kindness which was done with him. The choros is like a proclamation. Sorry, it has to be there. It has to do with the proclamation. Omer meforid. Meforid is an announcement.
Or in writing or verbally. Lo yaniach meets choso. What's meets choso?
he will not refrain from being eloquent. Mitzachaso is being eloquent.
Uh, u- u- umilitzachu v'derech ha'avoda umashal v'emet b'sheker. Uh, what is
Right, he's going.
malitzachu?
Militzachu is going to be from exaggeration. Right, he'll even maybe be exaggerating in his or profuse, maybe profuse.
Profuse in the way and the way of his service uh, with examples of truth and falsehood.
Well, he'll be Derek Avram, meaning he's going to be lo yiniach. Let's see that this expression lo yiniach. 1 minute. um, yeah, it's like a rhetorical question, right? Is he not going to be um, um, eloquent and profuse in his v'derech of Ra, the um, yeah, right, and he'll v'derech of Ra mishal the MSA. He's going to be weighing the way of expression, derech of Ra, umoshel ve'emes v'shakar, and he will be controlled over saying things that they should be truthful or false. Meaning,
So he should say things that are false.
no, he's going to be careful that in the truth and falsehood of his statements.
I see. Okay. B'ma sheyitachein lo l'saper alav. And with what should he uh, repair for himself to explain this?
B'mashi takeno, he's going to mean what's within his ability to to speak about. I mean, he's going to extend himself to do this and to the greatest of his ability to fulfill this call he's been called upon to praise somebody or something.
Hello, minhu vi vira virehu virehu, and he should not. Uh, what is he's minhu?
Right, and he will not. He shouldn't from like Adim Zamimim, right? Shalo Yazaminu, he shouldn't be contra V'yaruhu. He shouldn't be found in falsehood in his things, in what he's saying, and therefore be fearful of this. So be watchful, be careful.
Elu haya yachol lehar oso v'chol Ivarav v'nis taru v'nir ahu. And these that he is able to see them with all of their aspects.
No, ve'ilu hayokol leroso v'kol evorav minisaro miniro, if he would be able to be within his ability to engage all of his all of his limbs and all of his meaning internal and external limbs.
He say, then he would do, or then it would be the elu haya yachol lahatriach ha shamayim v'haaretz v'chol asher bahem v'hodaso ushvacho. And these would be, and with these he would be able what is hatriach?
That the Elohaya Yokol Triach Shemayim Ba'aretz, if we would be able to literally triach, the triach is to trouble, but like engage. Here it means like engage. If we would be able to engage Shemayim Ba'aretz, the heavens and the earth,
And all that's in them, in thanking and what's shavacho? Shavacho?
praise.
And praise.
Yep. This is what he's getting at, so you get a picture of what's going on. But a person has to take stock with himself and make a comparison between his efforts that he puts forth for his own endeavors, for his livelihood, his education, whatever it might be, right? His home, all these efforts that he puts forth for himself, he has to make a comparison. Well, is it equal the efforts that he puts forth for his own things? Are they equal to the efforts that he puts forth to fulfilling Hashem's commands and Hashem's mitzvahs? So he brings one example that let's say a person was um, he was let's say the king chose this person to direct a presentation for the king, and the goal of the presentation was to praise and thank the king for all the wonderful things he does. So this person who's been chosen to be the director and producer of this presentation, he's not going to refrain from using all his efforts, all his energies, all his capabilities in making it the most fine and wonderful show presentation for the king to show him the appreciation that the people and he has for the king. So we have to take an evaluation about ourselves. Just for example, every day we have an opportunity to thank Kadosh Baruch Hu for the lives he gives us. Just, I mean, there are many times, but let's say just pay Psuk Zimra. So if they would if they would take a picture of us saying Psuk Zimra, take a video of today's Psuk Zimra, for example, and say, well, this is what we're going to show the king, an example of one of his subjects praising the king. So maybe have a video of this one coming in late, maybe this one falling asleep in the Psuk Zimra. Maybe not. Maybe some people are dancing. Maybe some people are screaming, right? But the question is, when we have a chance to thank and praise the Kadosh Baruch Hu, do we do it with the same excitement and devotion and exactitude as if we would have to say thank you to even somebody who's obviously much lesser than the Kadosh Baruch Hu? That's the comparison he's making here.
Right. Mechefso sheyiki anu tov meets ponu lo. I don't know what hefzo is.
So it's like his desire.
His desire that he should feel good. What is tsafuno?
It's like his aspiration. Hefso his desire, shigianu toiv mitzifonolo. His desire is that he should achieve the goodness of his aspiration, meaning he wants to achieve a fulfillment of his good aspirations.
Haya osei zeh im chulshas ha'adam uze I roso ume kirus kalos yamav. And it should be that he does this with what is chulshas?
Kulshas is high im kulshas. If he will do this with a person, meaning if he's going to put forth all these efforts for a person who is weak, people are weak. No, they're not powerful.
So if he's going to do this with a weak person, and he's going to be enthusiastic. Uh, what is this word? Umekirus?
Umehirus, Umehiro, he's explaining three things out of a person. Person who's Basar V'Dam, number one, he's Chalushis Adam. A person's gonna do all these things for a person who's weak, number one. V'ziroisai, v'ziroisai, that's that is a okay, from Ze'er. Ze'er is small. He's small, right? He's weak and small. Umihiros's colors and the days of his life are quickly coming to an end. The days of his life will quickly come to an end. So he's trying to contrast what a person will do, how much effort he's going to put forth to to please and thank and praise a person who's weak and small, and he's not going to live very long. And he has to think now he's going to switch it to the perspective of uh, how much more so he should be doing these things much more excitingly, exactingly, and honestly with the Kaddish Baruch Hu. So you just excuse me 1 minute. I'll be right back. 1 second, please. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Again, just to summarize, I mean, he's trying to point out we have to examine our behavior when we're dealing with people in terms of praising them, thanking them, how we behave to them. You can take the smallest person. Take says someone's been appointed to give a make a dinner in honor of the head of the PTA in their local school. So, oh wow, oh, what are they gonna do? What are they not gonna do? What are they gonna say? How wonderful it's going to be. And what is this person? Head of the PTA, big deal. Head of the PTA. They're weak. They're small. They're not going to live too long. And examine all those efforts that they put forth for that, in contrast to how much efforts they're going to put forth when it comes to thanking and praising and exalting a Kadosh Baruch Hu. So that's what he's going to switch to now. Kfi zeh, according to all this.
וכפי זה, according to all this, רוי למשכיל שיהיה במעשה עבודס האלוקים יסעלה. It is proper. What is maskil?
Lamaskil, that's the person who's intelligent from the word binu vahaskil, right? Bina das vahaskil. So therefore, a person who's intelligent.
Person is intelligent that it should be that his actions. He should be intelligent in his actions and his service to Hashem, who is on high.
Yeah. Exalted, you saw that, exalted.
Who is exalted. Kishahu oseh mehem me'uma, that he does with them what is ma'uma?
That mu'uma means she'osa mehem mu'uma, that he mu'uma means like very little or nothing.
So who's doing little or nothing?
Right. So lefi zeh roy amaskil she ma'isa avodas elokim yisrael. Therefore, when a person who's intelligent is going to be doing something which is involving the serving Kadosh Baruch Hu, the exalted, Yeshahu osa mehem uma, that when he's going to be doing them here now it means exclusively. When he's going to be doing those things exclusively.
Ma'uma is exclusively?
In this case, it's like exclusively, yeah. Sometimes it means very little or nothing at all. Here it means like exclusively.
Okay, so I'm lost. I'm losing the flow of the sentence. What's he doing exclusively?
When he's because we're in the middle. We're in the middle of a sentence now. Therefore, a person who's intelligent, when he's doing something which is relevant to serving Kadosh Baruch Hu, the exalted God of ours, right? He should make sure that it's exclusive.
What he's doing is exclusive. V'hu shekol maseh shehu le'elokim einenu nimlat me'achad mashil shah kalakim, that it
Shekol ma'aser shehu le'elokim enu nimlat ma'acher shlosh halakim. That every act that he does for the sake of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, right, without exception, has to include three types. Everything that a person is going to be doing for Hashem, right, without exception, has to be within these three different categories.
echad mehem, one of them, chovos halavavos, the duties of the heart.
Good. That's right.
Bilvad, exclusively. Vehem shekivano leave Aram the Sefer Hazeh, and they are the intention of what's leave Aram.
That they are they are um, explained in the Sefer, meaning these the chavos or those obligations which he has to fulfill with his heart. These are um, explained in the Varim, the Sefer. These are those which are explained in this Sefer. The Varim explained.
V'chach lak hasheni, the second item part. Uh,
Right? He explained that there are three. Well, you can always divide all the obligations that you have to encourage one into one of three categories. The first one is Chavos Levavos. The second one is as follows.
right. The second one is chavos hagufos, the duties of the body. The how vavos yachdo. Uh, Halvavos is the heart.
Yes.
Yachdo is exclusively,
Yeah. Excuse me. Or undividedly. His heart is undivided.
and his heart is undivided. Kamo his pala ule maod v'limod haTorah. Like when he is praying and learning Torah, v'hashevach v'his hala la'elokim ulemod hachama v'tziv os betuv v'hazahar min hara v'hadoma lazeh. Um, and um, he's serving Hashem and learning wisdom.
I mean, these are the chelik hasheni. The second type is right. Chavos gufo v'levavos yachda. The obligation is upon both the physical body and also on the heart as well. Kamo, tefillah, prayers, limud Torah, learning Torah, shvach, souls, l'elokim, giving praise and thanks to Hashem, limud chacha, tzius, abetoy. That's the second type of activity a person has to involve himself in. The first activity is purely things which have to do with the obligations fulfilled by a person's mind and his heart. Second, there is a combination of the physical body and also the heart, as he gives some examples. Mitzvahs b'toiv is he's commanded to do good. V'zira min hara, he has to be careful from doing which is bad. V'doimel and other similar things. Okay, good. All right, it's a good spot to stop. Let's stop here with Chelik Sheni Shlishi. Sorry, Shli Asik Shlishi for tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem. Great,
You,
thank you.
Rabbi.
Okay, good. Well, take a break and see you soon for Mr. Brewer.
Okay, see you soon.